नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बादु रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली या रब्बि सल्लि व सल्लिम दाइमन अबदन अला हबीबिका खैरिल ख़ल्क़ि कुल्लिहिम. My respected elders, my young brothers, and my friends and my mothers and sisters, as you know, the undergoing chapter is chapter of Imaan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our Imaan and the Imaan of our coming generation. Our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would always make this dua: Allahumma inni as'aluka imanan la yartad. Oh Allah, I ask you for such an iman that would never go away. Wa na'iman la yanfadu. And I ask you for a bounty, for a ni'mah that would never diminish. ومرافقة نبينا وسيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم في أعلى درجة الجنة جنة الخلد. And I ask you the companionship of our master, our Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم, in the highest station of everlasting Jannat. And he would also make this dua: Allahumma tawaffana muslimin وَأَلْحِقْنَا بِالصَّالِحِينَ وَغَيْرَ خَزَايَا وَلَا مَفْتُونِينَ. O Allah, let us die as a Muslim, an Iman, an Islam. And let us meet those who are pious without being disgraced or tried. As I said before, we should learn these du'as of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, at least the translation of these du'as, and then we can make these du'as in our own language when we are making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The dua books are available in each and every book, Islamic bookshops. My respected young brothers, Imam Bukhari rahmatullah alayhi, in the chapter of Iman, in the beginning he is trying to prove the point that the Iman, it decreases and it increases. And to prove this, he has quoted 8 verses from the Quran to prove his point that the Iman, it increases. And one of the verses Imam Bukhari rahmatullah has quoted in this chapter is لِيَزْدَادُوا إِيمَانًا مَعَ إِيمَانِهِمْ. لِيَزْدَادُوا إِيمَانًا مَعَ إِيمَانِهِمْ. This is a hint to the verse of Surah Al-Fath. And the hint is that the Sahaba Ikram, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in order to display the obedience of Sahaba Ikram and their Iman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put them in a trial. And we find the Sahaba Ikram, in each and every trial, they were successful. And the outcome was that they are loyal to Allah, to His Prophet, and to His Deen. In Ghazwa Hudaybiyah, our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, while he was in Medina, he saw a dream that he and his companions peacefully entered Makkah al-Mukarramah. And he saw in the dream that some of the companions, they had shaven their heads, and some of them had cut their hair short. And he himself, while he sees in the dream that he has entered Kaabatullah, and the key of Kaabatullah fell in his hands. So when he woke up, he narrated this dream to Sahaba Ikram. And Sahaba Ikram, when they heard this dream, they were eager and they were really ready to go to Makkah al-Mukarramah, and they were really joyful after hearing this dream that we will be able to visit the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So some of the Sahaba Ikram, they started preparing. And when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam found out a party of Sahaba Ikram, a group of Sahaba Ikram are already, they are prepared now, so Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam also made the mind up. Now, in our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's mind, there was one danger. If we go from here, there is a great possibility the people, the Quraysh, they will block our way. They will not allow us to enter Makkah. So, therefore, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he asked the villagers, the Bedouins, to come along with us. Some of them, they claim that, look, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions are pushing us to the jaws of death. And do they not know the Quraysh are superior than we Muslims in terms of power and weapon? And if we leave Medina and go to Makkah, the outcome will be that we will not come back alive. So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he made his mind up, I will go. Sahaba Ikram willingly, they were ready. And our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the day he was to set out from Medina, our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam took a bath. He wore new clothes, and his blessed wife, Hazrat Salma radiallahu ta'ala, accompanied him. And our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sat on his she-camel Aswa. Now, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he reached to Zul Hulayfa, over there, he wore the ihram, made the intention of Umrah. And now, in this journey, Sahaba Ikram, Ansar, Muhajirin, and some Bedouins, they accompanied Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In number, they were 1,400. And our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, already he sent one of his companions to Makkah al-Mukarramah to spy and find out and to inform him what's happening there, to let him know about the activities of the Quraysh. On the other hand, the Quraysh, they found out that Muslims, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, along with his companions, are coming to Makkah al-Mukarramah. So they all got together and they consulted one another and they decided, we will not let Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions enter Makkah al-Mukarramah. We will not let them enter Makkah al-Mukarramah. And also they sent a group of them in the command of Khalid bin Walid, who until then was not a Muslim, to a certain place that, just go on. When they come, block their way, don't let them enter Makkah al-Mukarramah. Our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in this journey, what happened, our Prophet sallallahu on one occasion, his she-camel, his mount, Aswa, its 4 legs slipped and sat down, and it wouldn't get up. The Sahaba Ikram, they tried, but it wouldn't get up. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, well, remember, the Sahaba, they commented, maybe the she-camel is angry and not standing up. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this is not the case. No, it is its habit to do this. Actually, the one who blocked the way of the people of elephant, that is the very being who has stopped and not letting the she-camel get up. So eventually our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he called the she-camel and then he eventually got up. And then Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when his spy came back and informed Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that, look, O Prophet of Allah, the Meccans, they have decided they will not let you enter Makkah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, what's wrong with Quraysh? We had so many wars between us, and the wars, they have weakened Quraysh. Have they still not learned a lesson? And they still do not want to give up the fighting. And our purpose is only one, that we will go and we will do Umrah, and we will come back. Anyhow, when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam reached to a place called Hudaybiyah is just not far from Makkah al-Mukarramah, and it's very near to the boundaries of the Haram. When he reached there, because the Quraysh already had sent a group in the command of Khalid bin Walid, and who tried to block the Muslims their way. Now, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam wanted to send someone with this message to the Quraysh. Look, we have not come to fight. Our objective is only one, and that is to do the Umrah, and then we will return. So our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he called Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He said, "Oh Umar, you go to Quraysh and take my message and convey my message to them." Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "O Prophet, you know how Quraysh are my enemy, and they will never listen to my message, and I will not able to convince them. Each and every one of them, they are my enemy. Even my own tribe, I will not find anyone from among my own tribe who will support me and who will listen to me. The only person I will advise and propose that can go there and convey your message is only one, and that is Hazrat Usman Ghani radiallahu anhu. His family and his tribe, they hold a great honor and power in Makkah al-Mukarramah, and they will listen to him." So our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam eventually said yes. He called Usman radiallahu anhu, and Usman radiallahu anhu was chosen, and he was selected to go and convey the message. Eventually he was sent. He was sent by Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. First of all, Hazrat Usman Ghani radiallahu anhu approached Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu and his group and explained them, "Look, we have only come to do Umrah, and we have not come to fight." Well, they said, well, we will not let Muslims enter the Makkah al-Mukarramah. So then Hazrat Usman Ghani radiallahu anhu, he went to Makkah al-Mukarramah, and he approached Aban bin Sa'id, and Aban bin Sa'id, he welcomed Hazrat Usman radiallahu anhu to the extent he even gave his own mount, his horse, and he said, "Well, you sit on this, and you freely go and you convey your message. You are in my refuge. Nobody will touch you. Nobody will say anything to you." So Hazrat Usman Ghani radiallahu anhu, he approached each and every chief of Makkah, and he explained them that, "Look, we have come only for one purpose, and that is to do Umrah." They all said, "Well, we will not let Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam enter Makkah al-Mukarramah and his companions." While Hazrat Usman, he stayed in Makkah for 3 days, 3 nights. And then while he was there, the Quraysh, they plotted, and they sent 50 of their men, and they instructed them, "Go and somehow, kill Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When you get the chance, kill him." While they were on this mission, our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam bodyguards, they saw these 50 men, and they arrested them. They arrested them. When the Quraysh found out that our men have been arrested by the Muslims, they detained Hazrat Usman radiallahu anhu. They said, "We will not let you go." Now remember, when Hazrat Usman radiallahu anhu, while he was on his mission, and while he was approaching all the chiefs of Makkah, when he finished meeting, then at the end they said to him, "Well, if you want to do Umrah, if you want to do Tawaf of Kaabatullah, you may do so. We will let you do this." You know what he replied? He gave to them, he said, "If Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not allowed to enter Makkah and the Haram, and if Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not allowed to do the Tawaf, how can I do Tawaf without Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? I will not do Tawaf without Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Unless you let him come in, then I will do tawaf with him. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now, what happened? A rumor spread. A rumor spread that Prophet sallallahu Hazrat Usman radiallahu ta'ala has been martyred. When Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam found out, when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam found out the Quraysh have martyred Usman radiallahu ta'ala, he took pledge under the trees. And Sahaba Ikram, he took a pledge that we will wage war against them and we will fight Quraysh. Now before this, the Quraysh had sent 4 of their men to Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam just to come to some agreement. And their approach to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, their dialogue was unsuccessful. First, Budayl bin Warqa came and he said to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, look, the Quraysh are not ready to let you enter Makkah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, look, we have only come for Umrah. And then he went back and he conveyed the message to the Quraysh. The Quraysh said, well, we will not let Muslims enter the Makkah to Mukarramah. Then a second person, Urwa bin Masud, comes to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and had a dialogue with him. But he went back and he even said to the Quraysh, their purpose is only to come to Umrah. But Quraysh said, we will not listen to this. We will not let them, we will not accept anything. And then the third person comes. He also went back and he conveyed the message of Prophet ﷺ that, look, the Muslims, they only want to do Umrah. The Quraysh said, no. The fourth person came. They said, no. They rejected. Now, when the rumor spread, Usman radiallahu anhu has been martyred and Rasulullah took a pledge from Sahaba Ikram under the tree. Under the tree, he took the pledge. Now here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Sahaba Ikram, just listen to this. Sahaba Ikram mentally, they were not ready for the fight. Because they only came to do Umrah. And they only had swords with them. And they only came to do Umrah. Mentally, they were not prepared. They were not prepared, we will fight. Now here, all of a sudden, Rasulullah takes a pledge on from them. That now you have to fight. Now look at the Iman of Sahaba Ikram. Look at the Iman. Mentally they were prepared, and just suddenly Rasulullah encouraged them to fight against Sahaba Quraysh. They were ready now. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran. هُوَ الَّذِي أَنْزَلَ السَّكِينَةَ فِي قُلُوبِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ لِيَزْدَادُوا إِيمَانًا مَعَ إِيمَانِهِمْ. It was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who sent down the tranquility into the hearts of the believers. After they believe, so that they grow more in Iman, in faith with their present and with their existing Iman. Now, this is what Imam Bukhari tried to prove the point, that look here, the nur of the Iman of Sahaba Ikram, it increased when Prophet ﷺ encouraged them for the war. Then what happened? When the Quraysh found out that the Rasulullah ﷺ has taken the pledge from Sahaba Ikram, now they were fearful. They were afraid now. Then they quickly sent someone to apologize to Prophet ﷺ, and they sent a person who later became Muslim. He accepted Islam, Suhail bin Amr. When Rasulullah ﷺ saw him coming, you know what he said? He said, Sahula min amrikum. He said, your matter has become very easy now. Because Suhail means to become easy. Here, the names, they have a great, impact on a person's personalities. The names, they have impact, they have effect. In the days of Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi alayhi, a man used to sit in the gathering of Imam Abu Hanifa, and for some days, he wasn't there, he was absent. So Imam Sahib inquired, where has he gone? Well, someone said, well, one of his horse, kicked him and broke his leg or arm. So, but this person, he was from the Ahl Tashiyu, and he had given one of his horse, Umar. He named one of his horse Umar, and one of his horse he named Abu Bakr. So Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah said, go find out which horse kicked him. So when they found out, they said Umar. So Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah said, the reason I asked you to find out which horse, because the names, they have effect on the person. Like Hazrat Umar, there was a big difference between the tabi'at and the mizaj and the nature of Hazrat Abu Bakr and Hazrat Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So I was saying, so Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to them, look, this man is coming now, your matter has become very easy now. So when Suhail when Amr comes to Prophet ﷺ, first of all, he apologized. He said, we apologize what happened. Now we are ready. We are ready for the peace treaty now. We can have a peace treaty amongst us. And then he said, there were just only rumors about the killing of Hazrat Usman. We have not killed Hazrat Usman. He is alive. Number two, you have captured our men. You release them, and we will bring Usman to you. So here, our Prophet ﷺ made the peace treaty. Now the Sahaba Ikram, they were not ready, and they were not happy with the peace treaty, because all the conditions were almost against the Muslims. Imam Bukhari tried to prove the point here. Look, Sahaba Ikram, when they were not ready for the war, and Prophet encouraged them and took a bath from them, they became ready for the fight. Now, then when they were ready, and they even some Sahaba Ikram, they took a pledge of mouth. That's the Prophet of Allah. We are taking a bath on your hand that we will die in this war. Then our Prophet ﷺ said, now we're not going to fight. We're going to make a peace treaty with the Quraysh. Now Sahaba Ikram, they were not ready for this. They were ready. It's just like if you tell someone, you do this, and he becomes ready. He prepares himself mentally, physically, everything is ready. And then all of a sudden you tell him, no, you stop. You don't do this now. So what goes in the person's mind. He told me to do this. Now he's telling me, no, don't do it. So here, Sahaba Ikram, they never came for a fight. And Prophet said to them, now you're going to fight. They were ready. They said, okay, that's fine. We will fight. And then when they were ready, mentally everything, they were ready that we will die in this mission. And then all of a sudden, what happens? Rasulullah tells them, no, we're not going to fight. We're not going to fight. And Sahaba Ikram, look at the obedience of Sahaba Ikram. Look at the it'ad of Sahaba Ikram. That, as soon as they are told by Prophet, you're going to fight, Prophet, we are ready. Now, you're not going to fight? Okay, Prophet, we're not going to fight. So this is the Imam Bukhari, he has quoted 8 verses. And from each verse, he proves the Iman, it increases and it decreases, through the it'ad and through the obedience, and it decreases by the disobedience and by the sins. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect our Iman, and I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us a tawfiq that we always obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Prophet, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this majlis means of forgiveness for myself and you all. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa Maulana Mohammed wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa barik wa sallim. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.